Hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world, and a huge welcome to today's Postgrad Insight session, which will focus on accommodation in the UK with today's partners, IQ Accommodation. Now, before I hand you over to Lauren at IQ, just a few house rules. This is a live session, so if you have any questions, any concerns, please do put it in the chat or Q&A facility at the top or bottom of your screen, depending on what you are viewing this presentation on. Also, this will be on demand, so if you're not watching live, please don't try and interact with the Zoom. Please message ourselves on our social media channels or drop me an email, gareth@postgradsolutions.com. And one final note, if you are watching one of our social media live feeds today, please use the messenger facility rather than trying to interact also. But for now, I'd like to hand you over to Lauren Hickford. She's at IQ. She'll be joined by some of her colleagues at IQ, going through various different bits and pieces about what makes IQ the best place to move into and some of the properties and why they are the best. Lauren, over to you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Lauren and I'm IQ's Partnership Marketing Manager, and I'm joined by my colleagues Jeremy, our Head of Site Operations, Chris, who's our Regional Operations Manager for North Central, Rebecca, our Cluster Operations Manager in Sheffield, and we'll also be sharing a video from Luke, a resident from IQ Castings in Huddersfield, to give you a sneak peek into their experience with us. Between all of us today, we're going to be covering who we are as a company, what we offer, and what you can expect during your time with us, from all-inclusive builds through to great social events and communities. And we'll let you know all of the great benefits of choosing IQ for your accommodation. So IQ has 76 sites to choose from across 29 cities, including London, Manchester and Glasgow. And we partner with 41 major universities and colleges across the UK, giving us big national coverage and students plenty of choice in lots of vibrant locations. So no matter where you want to study, there's bound to be a site suited to your needs. All of our sites are ideally located with quick access to local universities and colleges, which often are a short walk or a commute away, close to local transport links as well, and a wealth of nearby amenities, from supermarkets to bars and places to eat. So you'll have everything that you need sort of day to day for student life, all within easy reach. Plus, at the moment as well, you can enjoy big cashback when you book your stay with IQ. So there's a range of cashback offers across many of our sites. So you can enjoy up to £500, and that's paid via a prepaid card as well for when you move in. That means that as soon as you come to live with us, you can start your uni life off on the right foot. And there's also a refer a friend offer as well. So if you're looking to book as a group or invite a friend to book at any of our IQ sites, you'll each benefit from £200 cashback. And that is on top of your original cashback for making your booking as well. Just to note that offers are subject to change, so please do check the website for our latest offers. Right, and then here is just a quick taste of IQ's benefits. Well, I hope that gives you a good intro into IQ. I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Jeremy, who will go into more detail about who we are and how our residents are at the heart of everything that we do.
Thank you, Lauren. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for choosing to join this webinar and learn about IQ student accommodation. I'm very proud to look after our site operations. People who work with me are really keen to look after our customers and definitely give them the best year yet. So UK is a brilliant place to study. There's plenty of things to keep you entertained outside of the university life as well, and that's where I personally think our site teams can give you a little bit extra value of finding the best places to go, settling in and solving the problems that working and studying in a different part of the world may present, but we are here to help you, and our site teams are really committed to do that. So thank you very much for that today. You'll hear from Chris and Rebecca shortly, and obviously any questions about today or anything about studying and living in the UK, we are happy to have them and field those questions. So as Lauren said, we've got some brilliant locations, fabulous cities, and really well located for your university, so your time is well spent getting the most out of your time in the UK. So we have brilliant places and spaces, not just four walls, not just a bedroom. We've got places like cinema rooms, lots of study rooms. We have a site with a bowling alley, believe it or not. So we are here to help. We are here to realise your best year yet. And we are here to listen. Our teams are on site. We have a 24-hour presence on site. So any issues and concerns you have, and the places are nice and secure for you. So any problems you have, then do come and see us. One of the things we're really proud of is our wellbeing offering. So we partner with some excellent wellbeing teams. Now the universities are very keen to look after you, but we have a lot of people that can support you. So in the space of wellbeing, we have a partner Shout, Relate, and every resident at IQ has a subscription to the premium Headspace app. So we're very much looking forward to looking after you. Also online, we have a huge amount of IQ clubs, things from book clubs, supper club, lots of things to keep you entertained. And our goal is to connect you with other residents. So we really want you to come out and meet different people from different parts of the world and enjoy the experience of living at IQ. One of the things that I am sort of really proud of is the satisfaction our customers report back. So this number here is our resident satisfaction. So we survey our customers. We are always listening. So if there's something we can do better, come and tell us. We're here to help. Our most recent poll gave us an 83% resident satisfaction. So that's something just to bear in mind, and the fact that I'm very proud of that and the teams and the services that they deliver. So I think that's enough from me. I will hand over to my colleague Chris and Rebecca, who will tell you a little bit more about the actual reality of living at IQ.
Thank you, Jez. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Chris. I am one of the regional operations managers at IQ. So I cover North Central, which is mainly Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. I'm going to talk a little bit about the payments and the way in which you would go about paying coming to live with us at IQ. So obviously across the sites we have varying different rents across the country. We try to make it as simple and straightforward as we humanly can do for you. So single payments, your rents will not change at any point throughout your tenancy, so it will keep the same from the minute you arrive with us in the UK to when your tenancy ends. And the biggest draw is probably that all the bills are included, so all your utilities, and the biggest one probably for most people is the Wi-Fi, which we have super fast Wi-Fi throughout the country. That is included in your rent, and it also allows you to have multiple devices, so it's not just one. That will also move you around the building as well, so you can use it in your social spaces, gym, cinema rooms, all the sort of stuff that Jess spoke about earlier. It will move through into that. So moving on, please, Lauren. Again, obviously paying in one of the big advantages with IQ is the opportunity to pay via the app, which we'll have a look at in a little bit more detail further in the presentation. Gives you the opportunity to log in, see how much you've got to pay in each instalment. And like we said earlier, the rents don't change at any point throughout the year. Then a little bit on what we've just spoken around. So obviously the bills all inclusive, the locations as on the map earlier in the presentation throughout the country. We've got lots and lots of sites in various hotspots around the country. Big draw in the fact that the Wi-Fi is super fast. Obviously lots of people have lots of different devices, whether it's phones, laptops, tablets now. So if you are working on your university studies whilst in the accommodation, you've got the opportunity to use the Wi-Fi, and hopefully it's nice and strong for you. Big site presence throughout the day, so we have 24/7 staff presence. So our site teams work predominantly from 8 until 8 p.m. With a security provision from 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. in most sites. So there's always somebody on hand if you need them, which is fantastic. Social spaces, as Jez spoke about, we have everything from cinema rooms. We have a climbing wall in one of our sites in Sheffield. There's lots and lots of different spaces to get out and meet new people and socialise with other people in the accommodation. And then, as I've just spoken about, the resident app is a great tool for us at IQ, which gives you the opportunity to track your post, your rent, any issues with your accommodation. You can log those on there, and the site teams can pick those up directly via the app, and we will sort them out for you.
Thank you. I think, Gareth, you're sharing at the minute. If you just, yeah, perfect. Stay on that one, Gareth. That'd be fantastic. So I'm here to talk about our social spaces, what we have to offer on site. Obviously, you are away from home, and we want to create a fantastic environment for you while you're away from your home. We want to make it as easy as possible for you and enjoyable as possible, and make sure that you create friends for life. So if we could just move on to the next slide. So on this one, we're going to look at our social spaces. So as we've touched on, we have social lounges, cinema rooms, games rooms, study areas, roof terraces and gyms. Most of our sites have gyms for people that want to stay nice, fit and healthy. We also have, at one of my sites in Sheffield, we have got a private dining, which is fantastic and gets booked up privately by our residents. And usually sort of Thursday to Sunday evenings, that's booked up with our residents, and they get to use that, bring their friends over, and it's just a different space to get out of their rooms. And it really is a really popular point on our site. So we could just move on to the next slide, and we're going to talk about our social events that we do on site. Excuse me. So every year we do welcome events. So at these welcome events, it's a great time for our residents to come down into the social spaces, meet new friends. Obviously, a lot of people away from home, international students. It's just a great sort of platform for them to meet each other. Last year, we partnered with Feather, which is a speed friending event, which was fantastic. So about 30 people got in our social spaces and speed friended for about, I think it was about 30 seconds to a minute, and they got a chance to speak to each other, and it did create some friends, and they're still friends now to this day, which was fantastic. And we had a few sites from around Sheffield as well, so it wasn't just one site, which was really good. So it gives you a chance to meet people out of the accommodation as well. As well as welcome events, we continue with our social calendar throughout the year. We want to create something fun for residents to do when they're, busy at uni all day, give them a chance to kind of relax, enjoy some freebies as well. So you get a chance to take away some. We do lots of bubble tea events, things like that, which is really popular. We've also had puppy yoga on site as well, which you can imagine people away from their pets at home and get to come and sit with some puppies for a couple of hours is fantastic. We also obviously like to celebrate holidays here. So whether that be Christmas, Chinese New Year, which we're just celebrating at the moment and having some fantastic events here. Up in Sheffield, we had a dancing dragon last week, which was fantastic, and we had people from the street come into view. So it's just a really nice sort of home away from home. You get a chance to speak to new people, enjoy, and also get to know the site team as well. As we've spoke about, we're here 8 till 8, so it's a great time to kind of chat with us if you've got any issues or any problems or anything like that. So we could just move on to the next slide. So as well as obviously social events, IQ have set up some IQ clubs, which Jez touched on earlier. So we have a book club which you can join, and I believe once you join, you get a book sent out to site. You can read this, and then you can discuss topics from the book with other people. And it's not just site-based, so obviously it's a social platform, so you get to speak to different people up and down the UK about a particular book. We have supper club as well. So if you're an amateur chef, amateur Gordon Ramsay, you can get on there, share your ideas, share recipes, try new things, which is fantastic. We also have Gamers Club. So if we have any gamers out there, we set up sort of like leaderboards. So each month there's like a competition, things like that. So it is really good. And then we have Fit Club for everyone who's wanting to like stay fit, work out, keep healthy, stay motivated during that exam period as well, which is clears the mind and helps you move on. Perfect. So if we could go on to the next slide. So we touched a little bit on the app earlier. So the app is really about making life easy for our residents, and as it says there, support in the palm of your hand. So with the app, you can pay your rent, as you can see on the first picture there, which is really easy to do. You pay your rent in your instalments if you would like, and you can just click on the rent payment. Really easy, really fast. No need to come down to reception. It's as simple as that. We also have a section where you can update details. Also, if there's any issues in your room, you log it on the app, it comes straight through to reception, and then we can get our maintenance technician on that for you straight away without a problem. We obviously understand that residents are very busy, they might be out all day, but have parcels that are delivered. We accept parcels on your behalf. You then get an email sent to you with a barcode, and you just come down to reception and collect that when you're back with us. It's as simple as that. It's all about making life as simple as possible for the residents and making it as easy as possible to stay in touch with us if there's anything they want to talk to us about. So that was the app. So if we could move on to the next one. And I think we've got a little video from one of our residents, Luke, who's our ambassador. Will just talk you through life at IQ. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Luke Hester. I am an IQ resident at Castings, Huddersfield. I am currently studying filmmaking at the University of Huddersfield. Living at IQ Castings has helped me massively by giving me the freedom, the space, and the fellow residents and staff members has helped me a lot as I've come out of my comfort zone, as I have always been living at my parents', as I have got autism as well, which has helped me massively. It has just made me more confident just to talk to fellow students, going out with friends and stuff, which has helped me loads. My room has all the features I would love, as my disability as well. I wasn't as confident in sharing a kitchen with the other residents, which I chose to have a room with a kitchen in it. But after being there for the first half of the year, I've decided to change rooms to a studio suite, to just a normal room without a kitchen and shared kitchen, as I've become much confident in sharing a kitchen with the other residents. Currently my room has a kitchen in it and all the other features what all the other rooms have, which was easier for this year as I didn't know how I was going to cope. I like some of the social spaces in both sites. As I am a resident at Castings, you're allowed to come in Aspley as well, because a lot of the events what they run is at Aspley, which in Castings itself we have a pool table area, we have a TV where we can watch different shows, we have a gym area, and we also have a study area which can be used if you wanted to do a group project together, or if you want to just do it in the normal area where you sit with everyone and just do work with like little booths and stuff, which is also good, having the spaces to do the work you need to do instead of sitting in your room doing all your work, which I can't do myself because I get too distracted when doing my work. In the local area, I like getting out into Huddersfield and getting to go to the different bars, clubs and stuff, which is all within a 10-minute walk up into town, which is easy to get around, and also the university is a 5-minute walk depending on which building you're in, which is amazing. Instead of some universities you're walking for ages to get to your university, which could be across town. That's why it's an amazing area to live in, and you've got a lot around you because you've got loads of different shops, you've got bars, clubs and restaurants where you can go and eat a meal and stuff. The team at IQ Castings and IQ Aspley are amazing. Whatever you need any questions with, they can just help you with everything. If they've not got the answers to help you with it, they will always give you as much support as you need. Also, the nighttime security staff are amazing as well. They're just so friendly, and if you are needing anything at night time, or if you need a replacement card, they're just always there to help you. The staff, I couldn't praise the staff enough. They will literally do anything you ask them as long as they know the answers. They will do it. The best highlight while I've been living at Huddersfield has been the events they run and just getting to meet new people who I can start speaking to and just getting to go out with. Has just been amazing. Some of the events they've planned at the moment, they've only planned the Halloween one, which was amazing. They went over and beyond to make it the best event for all the residents here, which was amazing. And getting to have loads of different stuff at the event was just spectacular. I couldn't praise them enough, and hope to see more events coming soon, which will be amazing because they always do the best they can do. The things I'll miss about IQ is being just the staff, how nice they are, and just getting to meet new people. I'm going to miss the most because you've literally got all the spaces you need. You've got the staff who are just friendly and try to help you as much as possible, and you've also just got the residents who are nice, which I will miss the most because it is just a lovely community, and you just get to know everyone. Even though you might not know a name, you'll know a face because they're all just happy to speak to you and talk about university related or IQ casting stuff. The best thing about my room is just having a space for myself and just getting to, if I need the time to relax, a space to relax and do work if needing to do work. It's just an amazing space. You literally get everything you need, and a nice space just to live when you need to relax from other people. It's just amazing. You don't really need much, but you only need the main bits of what to live. I've made it home by just adding my own custom touch to it, so just making it a set theme so it's homely, and also just made it look nice by adding a few minor touches by having all like my bed and stuff all the same theme, which has made it more homely. As in my home my own, it's literally all homely, a theme, and just made it a home from home. Being an IQ ambassador, it's been amazing. Getting the opportunity to speak to staff members at IQ castings and IQ Aspirate has been amazing. Getting the opportunity to speak to the head office by speaking to the social media team has been amazing. Getting that access to do that has just been amazing, and getting to post about IQ has just been amazing. Getting to show everybody who wants to see what IQ castings is about and what is available around IQ castings, it's just been amazing. And getting to put my voice out there as an IQ student has just been amazing. Getting to show off what amazing accommodation it is, and getting other residents to come to IQ castings or IQ Aspirate, it's just been nice. And speaking to the staff about planning different events, it's been good, as they're enthusiastic, as they're getting a student point of view from it, as well as their own point of view, as most students listen to a student's point of view instead from an organisation's point of view. It's just been amazing. My favourite bit about being an IQ ambassador has been just getting to have my public voice out there from a student's point of view, showing what is IQ castings is about, and just getting to show off all the different stuff what it has to offer for students has just been amazing. And getting to speak to different staff members, students living here, and getting to speak to the head office has just been amazing.
Now, at this stage, we are going to engage in a Q&A, so I'd like to welcome back on Lauren, Jeremy, Chris, and Rebecca also. Apologies halfway through the presentation for any technical issues. I think one of the screen shares kicked someone out, so we properly sorted it. So if there are any issues and you missed anything, or you've not been able to come back on, we will send you the on-demand video. So
yeah, we're here.
Lauren and Jeremy, thanks for joining again. I'm going to kind of let you navigate, but I'm going to ask the questions myself here. We've had some good questions come in, but I've also got some questions as well watching that presentation. And I think one of the things that stood out for me, especially watching that last video, is how much a student and how much a tenant means to you, and how well you treat them, and how loved that student felt, especially during the pandemic over the last few years. How important has that been?
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard, wasn't it, the pandemic? And in our nature, we want to get people together and have residents to connect with each other. And it was really difficult and really frustrating, which is saw the sort of growth of the IQ clubs. So the IQ book club, where we could send a book out, you know, we promoted the Headspace partnership related. So it was very deeply frustrating from that site teams that they couldn't put on events like the Chinese New Year, which has been all over our sites this week. It's been a sea of coins and red lanterns and little red envelopes everywhere. It's been brilliant. We've had dumplings up in Edinburgh. We've had all sorts of events going on. So it's been very, very frustrating over the pandemic. We're really pleased that we're sort of coming out of that now and we're getting back into the habit and the routine of being able to put on more events. Rebecca's puppy yoga was a new one on me, but I do like that sound of that. So try and be innovative and try and have something a little bit different. So and I think it's just a really important part of living in Britain and connecting with people from different walks of life.
And I think connecting's a big word here, whether it be connecting logistically or connecting with friendship groups. You know, you mentioned the almost the speed friending in one of your slides there. But how important is it that a student feels welcome and that they feel comfortable? And if they don't feel comfortable, what options are there? If they came to you and said, look, I really don't like where I am, can you do something about it? What would you do and what would you recommend?
We'd recommend you to come and talk to us. So Rebecca will be there. She's on the front desk, out and about. We've got a sort of you've got the ask the question button on the app if you sort of randomly have a question at 3 o'clock in the morning, or as I said, the teams are there together. So I think Rebecca's probably deals with this sort of request on a daily basis. So I'm going to defer to my excellent colleague Rebecca.
Hi, yeah, I mean, it is hard. We understand how hard it is. You know, you come into a new place and you might not know anybody. And for us, it's really important that we listen to our residents, and there's someone on reception. We're all really friendly, we're all really approachable, and we take it upon ourselves to make sure that everyone is feeling comfortable. And, you know, we'll listen to the student, kind of take what they want from it, and we'll either get them in touch with other residents that we know they could be friends with, because we talk to everybody and we kind of know different personalities and different interests, and we'll kind of like set people up together, not make it too forced, but we know we need to make people know that it's okay to, you know, we all feel lonely sometimes and that's okay, but you don't have to be alone. You know, we're there to help, and we will put you with other people where we can. And, you know, worst comes to the worst, if someone's really not happy and there's nothing else we can do, we will always try and work through that and do something to make sure that they are happy, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. You don't want any, you know, you've got studying to do, exams, there's already a lot to think about, and the last thing you want is to not be comfortable in your home. So we will do whatever it takes to help them, basically.
And how key is the app? Because for me, I think that's innovative. I think it's fantastic. I think there's loads of students, especially international, that will come to the UK and won't be as confident and won't feel comfortable going down and speaking to someone face to face. It's just natural. But since you've had this app, and since you know, pandemic, more and more people are using phones now, they're keeping themselves to themselves. How important is it that somebody feels like they've got an option on the app?
Massively important. I mean, we really encourage our residents, if they've not got the app before they arrive, which most of them have, we do encourage them to download that, because, you know, not everybody does want to come and speak to somebody. They might be a bit nervous, or, you know, English might not be their first language, and they don't want to say something wrong. But we encourage them to, if they've got like a maintenance problem, to log that on the app, or they can talk to us via the community, and we're there to help and answer any questions. And yeah, they don't have to speak to us. We're not going to force them to talk to us. We might say morning to them every morning, and, you know, invite them to every single event, but they don't have to speak to them if they don't want to. And if they prefer to communicate through the app or via that portal or via an email, then that's absolutely fine. We respect that, and we'll communicate whatever's best for that resident.
Okay, and Jeremy, I'm sure you'll bring Chris in at this point as well, but I want to talk about the location of your properties and the blocks that you guys have got. It's I'm based down in Plymouth, in the southwest of England, for those watching, and I know you guys have got a block in Plymouth, and conveniently, it's right above a supermarket. It's very close to the city centre. It's not far from the coach and the train station. I'm sure many cities and many blocks are like that. It's strategic. And, you know, it's never far away from the campuses and far away from the heart of the city.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've travelled the country, and Plymouth, again, it's a brilliant site. It's right next to the coast. It's even got a surfboard store there to store your surfboard, by the way. If you do choose Plymouth, and John, our ops manager there, is brilliant. So he'd probably tell you the best places to go surfing if you wanted to. I don't drive to any of our sites. I walk everywhere, so everywhere it's easy to get to from a train station. So you get a train into the city. If it's London, everything's really well connected on the tube. If it's Huddersfield, it's a quick walk down 10 minutes from the train station, and university is very handy. So I don't drive anywhere. I take the train, and our country is very well connected, and our sites are easily within walking distance. If you are feeling a bit lazy, some people will grab an Uber, but walking is good for you. Get your step count up.
And Chris, I think obviously being the regional manager for some more the northern cities, I think it's fair to say that every town and block is going to be well connected in terms of trains. You know, it doesn't matter whether we heard from Luke at a place near Huddersfield. You're never far away from some of the major cities, couple of hours from Manchester, Sheffield, Leeds, some major cities. So is that fair to say that that plays a big factor in people's decision making?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, my region specifically is very well connected by train. So, if you were to live in Huddersfield, for example, where Luke is, he is 25 minutes from Leeds. He's half an hour from Manchester. So, you can get out and around and see various parts of the UK pretty quickly. In terms of the amenities in the cities as well. So obviously, a lot of our sites are very close to sort of local town centres, shops, restaurants and bars. So there's lots of opportunity for people to get out and about into the towns and cities pretty quickly. So yeah, we are really well located for the most part where we are.
Excellent. I'll open this up to all of you guys as well, just purely because I don't know who's best to answer it. In terms of what a student pays for, there's always that question that if I'm not living there over Christmas, if I'm not living there over the summer, if I want to live there over the summer and extend my stay, what are the options available for the students? If I start with you, Jeremy, I'll let you kind of coordinate that.
I can go for this. So have a look at our website is the first one. So obviously depending on your course and the city, the length of the tenancy will change. So do have a look. We have a good summer page where if you wanted to stay with us in the summer, so for example, we have some residents that might be studying in London, but may want to go and spend a couple of weeks up in Edinburgh. So you could book a 2-week stay maybe in Edinburgh if the availability is there. So we do have our summer stays website. There is occasion where people are able to extend. So if your friends are extending, or you want to have a base and travel around Europe, or do some sightseeing out to the coast, soak up the history of the UK, then you can talk to the site teams and extend your tenancy for 1 to maybe 3 weeks. So do come and talk to us. We do have availability for summer stays. If your plans do change, if you do want to go travelling, then do get in touch, and we'll certainly help you out.
Excellent. I want to talk about some of the cities as well, some of the questions. I know you covered it in your presentation, but where are you guys based? Obviously, predominantly the UK, but where are you located, and are you expanding? Is there anywhere that you would like to go into where that you're not at the moment, if that makes sense?
Yeah, we're currently UK based. So Dundee is our furthest north, Plymouth our furthest south. We've got Bangor there, which is number 22. One of my favourites, the North Wales coast. And Snowdonia is fabulous. So if you are getting out to Bangor, that's excellent. So we've got some brilliant cities in the UK and some brilliant locations. Again, a couple of hours on the train from up and down the country. They're really well connected. So those are our key cities at the moment. The south coast of Bournemouth and Brighton. They're really good places to go and visit if you get the chance between studies.
Brilliant. And one of the questions that come out is, what discounts do you offer? Inevitably, people will always ask, are there any incentives? Now, I'll be keen to refer them back to the slide, I think, where you mentioned about this. It's a 500 quid off your room if you refer a friend. It's a quick way of making some good friends. So talk to me about that and how they go about applying for that.
Chris, I'll give you that one.
Thank you. So yeah, as it says on there, depending on the site and the city you're in, you can have up to £500 cash back depending on your room type. As Lauren said, that comes as a prepaid debit card, so you can use that as you wish. So you could essentially use that £500 to pay off your rent. which will obviously discount that down. We have had people in the past who have had many friends use the refer a friend discount, because that is unlimited. So if you have a group of friends that are wanting to stay, you can utilize the refer a friend code there, as much or as little as you wish. So yeah, in terms of discount, the rents that you will see on the website are set at that, but obviously the cashback and the refer a friend can net those down quite significantly depending where you are.
Okay, and the next question, I'm just conscious of time a little bit. The next question would be around the rooms. Can you dictate what kind of room you have, and are pretty much all different types of rooms in the different cities and blocks that you guys have? Or if you wanted a dedicated room, if you wanted an ensuite, a specific ensuite, do you only offer that in your London blocks or in your Brighton blocks, and so from there?
Do you want me to take it whilst I'm?
Yeah, go on, Chris.
Yeah, I'll fire on with that. So yeah, depending on the location and the building that you're looking at, a lot of the sites will have a mix of rooms. So one of Rebecca's properties in Sheffield has got en suites, studios, and non-ensuite accommodation. So those are all available to view on the website. The website will actually give you a virtual tour of each of those rooms and a breakdown of a sort of a room guide, which shows you literally where they are in the building. So yeah, each building has its own sort of setup, but for the most part, there is a mix throughout the properties throughout the UK.
Okay, and Jeremy and Lauren, from a market point of view, people, international students in particular, will be worried about the cost of living at the moment. You know, it seems to be rising all the time, no matter where you are. What would your recommendations be if you are anxious and you're worried about coming over to the UK and going, you know, looking at a property? What's the key features? What are you looking for?
Well, obviously our campaign is brilliantly framed as be all in. So once you've booked, that's the price you'll pay. So the all-inclusive elements of the communal spaces, they're all in. Your social spaces, they're all in. There's no extra charge to use those. So if you want to come and plug in your device and put your Netflix account on and do your own Netflix, you know, you wouldn't pay for that. So I think if you're able to book early. If you're able to get organised and make those decisions, then I would recommend to do so. And I think then you can start to make real other plans. So if you've got this thing sorted, your accommodation, you can start to plan different things and plan budgets around living in the UK. Excellent.
And finally, then, what should a student do if they want to look at a property, if they want to find out more information? Yes, it's great, you know, looking at these webinars and finding out more information. But if a student goes, right, okay, that's for me, what should they do next?
I would say come to the website. So IQSA.com. You can tour around all our locations. You can search by city. You can search by university as well. So that the results that will come up will be nice and tailored to you. So you can view all the different sites that are available and also room types as well. And if there's any that you see on there, then there's a sort of get in touch form where you can come direct to that site. You can ask all the questions that you'd like to know more about it. But there's loads of content on our website, and yeah, we're within easy reach, a phone call or an email away, really.
Excellent, thank you for your time. There have been some questions coming around how much is rent and whatnot. What I would say is, if you're keen to find out more information, reach out, like Lauren just said, head over to the website, find out more. Everything's very transparent. They're there to help you. Head over to that website, and you know, if there's anything more you need to know, look back at the contact details here. You know, they've got all their social channels here. Alternatively, reach out to myself. All my details are on the registration pages, so let me know. But for now, a huge thank you, Jeremy, Lauren, Rebecca, and Chris, for making this session happen. It's been really informative, a great session, and we look forward to working with you, hopefully for the next 12 to 18 months, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.